Hallo meine lieben Freunde, willkommen zurück zu einer neuen Folge Genshin Impact nach 300.000 Millionen Jahren. Ja, wir hatten ein bisschen Problem, ich hatte ein bisschen viel Stress, hatte ich auch gepostet auf YouTube. Es hat eigentlich gar nichts mehr funktioniert. Ich war komplett am Ende mit meinem Leben sozusagen. Hatte sehr, sehr viele Probleme in der letzten Zeit, mental sowie physisch. Ich versuche jetzt allerdings, mich hochzuarbeiten, weiterzuarbeiten und eigentlich wieder Uploads zu haben, die regelmäßig sind, weil letzte Woche war wirklich absolutes Chaos. Und ja, damit wisst ihr schon mal Bescheid. Wir müssen in den Wohntrakt zurückkehren. Ich weiß nicht mal, was wir jetzt mal gemacht haben. Ich glaube, wir haben analysiert. War das? Ich glaube, ich weiß nicht mehr. Ja, wir waren krank bei Seedrin. Ja, wir waren krank bei Seedrin, so war's. Krank. Und ja, mal schauen, wie es jetzt weitergeht. Wir sind noch immer auf der Suche nach Child.
You really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared Paimon half to death.
Ich habe doch nichts gesagt, was ich nicht hätte sagen sollen, oder?
No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, go take my grilled fish and put down the Adeptus Temptation now.
Ja, so soll das auch sein. Also ich habe noch nicht auf der Watch geklickt. Ups.
Paimon talked with Seedrin the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual in the room. Are you sure we're not going off track with the infirmary?
Ist es so, aber ich finde trotzdem, dass dieser Ort etwas Seltsames an sich hat. Die Klappe auf dem Boden und dann noch die Frage, die Zwillinge Lumine stellte. Haben sie wirklich über ihre Medikamente gesprochen, bevor wir die Klinik betraten? Und war der Streit zwischen Lumine und Jury echt, oder haben sie nur eine Schau für uns abgezogen? Und die Sache ist die.
Whoa, you really are super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on. We've got to give the info to Linny.
In den darauffolgenden Tagen arbeiten Paimon und du wie gewohnt, während ihr heimische Gelegenheiten fandet, eure Vermutungen in Stichworten auf einem Blatt Papier festzuhalten. Weiter bitte, danke. Es gelingt ihr, den Zettel an die beschäftigte Lynette weiterzugeben, als sie zufällig vorbeikommt. Sie hat ausdruckslos sich nicht an und hält sich bedeckt. Und endlich ist der 9. Tag gekommen. Okay. Ach ja, stimmt, wir hatten Krimini ja weggeschickt, so war das. Ich dachte mir gerade, so was hat das mit dem 9. Tag auf sich, aber es ist okay. Ich hab wieder Klick gemacht. Lilly! Ah, da steht er schon. Hallo!
Hm?
Wir sind da! Da, die Post ist da!
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
Glaub nicht.
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule. Nothing weird happened.
That's good. That means you didn't raise any suspicions when you infiltrated the infirmary.
Okay.
We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Flammen successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago. And as of last night, Lynette has also infiltrated the infirmary after faking an illness.
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Flammen's help, infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall on any given person.
Okay.
Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
Okay.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
Genau.
Then, let's go check on Lynette before Flammen returns. If everything went well, then she should be wrapping up her investigation right about now.
Okay.
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Seedrin always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Lynette knows this as well, so this should be a good time to meet up with her.
Stimmt, davon haben wir auch gehört.
Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an older brother to care about his younger sister's well-being.
Das ist auch wahr.
Okay, then let's head over right away.
Okay, los geht's zur Limette. Ich bin wirklich gespannt, wie es ausgeht. Ich hab mich immer nicht spoilern gelassen. Ich weiß noch immer nicht, was läuft. Ich habe mich wirklich gut gehalten, diesmal mich nicht zu spoilern. Aber es leckt wie scheiße. Ich muss unbedingt schauen, dass das gefixt wird. Aber ja. Hallo Linette, bist du da?
Lynette should be here right now. Huh. Strange. Lynette?
Die Klappe im Boden.
As expected, Sigewinne isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
Ob sie wohl eine Spur gefunden hat?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me know.
Okay.
Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here.
Außer sie ist
We can look while we
verschwunden.
wait
Wie
for
die
her.
anderen Leute.
Who knows? Maybe she'll be back soon.
Okay.
Okay. Suche in der Klinik nach Hinweisen. Okay, fangen wir hier an.
There are some books here and a few files. They all look like medical records. Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients, a quick guide to the psychology of emotions, and the meaning of laughter.
Okay.
These sure are some interesting books. Who knew Sigewinne would be interested in these kinds of things? She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings. Is it because she's a Melusine? Or does she have a need to understand her patient's emotional state?
Ich glaube, es geht eher um die Patienten.
Seems quite normal to me. These are skills that would come in handy for a nurse from time to time.
Finde ich auch. Okay, dann das Bett.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in. Except that one over there.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right? You said she was pretending to be sick.
Ja.
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, the head nurse would then ask her to lie down and rest while she left to retrieve the medication.
Aber dieses Bett ist noch ungemacht.
Which means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up until she left the bed, or the nurse intentionally left it this way.
Das heißt nichts Gutes, ja, dachte ich mir auch gerade. Was passiert hier? Jetzt habe ich ein bisschen Sorgen um Lynette tatsächlich. Okay, warte mal, die Klappe, oder?
This is it! We saw it before!
Klappe, ne?
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well.
Linie beugt sich dicht an die Klappe und klopft sanft auf mehrere Stellen.
The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mechanism around here somewhere. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have contacted me for sure.
Machen wir ein bisschen Sorgen. Lynette kommt aus Fontaine, oder? Ist die in Wasser ausgelöst worden? Ich hoffe nicht.
Let's look around here for some more clues. Don't panic, just take another look.
Lynets Gesichtsausdruck, er macht sich offensichtlich große Sorgen. Keine Panik, das war wohl wahrscheinlich mehr an ihn selbst. Weiß ich nicht.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper over here!
A slip of paper?
Yep.
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message.
Okay.
This is...
Lynette?
Is that all?
Ist noch irgendetwas auf der Rückseite?
The back. This is...
Show me! Now!
Er hat offensichtliche Sorgen.
That look on your face. Paimon's reading it now. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now?
Nein, Alter.
Oh, could she have...
Ist das alle Kino?
Writhely. Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to use it
Writhely, ja,
as
das kann auch
bait?
sein.
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us since.
Und warum wurde er bei unserem zweiten Versuch aktiv?
Yes, that is a crucial question. Writhely. He doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns about your activities from the very beginning.
Okay.
You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervilet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though.
Warum hat dich nicht auch erwischt?
I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after her?
Sie ist vielleicht ein einfaches
Don't panic, just think everything over. I have to stay calm. This is not like what happened last time. The situation's different now.
Letztes Mal?
You're right. Wait, but that means the fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds. Could Wriothesley have let him go as well?
Das ist
What
möglich.
does he gain by letting Fremine leave like that?
Ich verstehe jetzt. Er hat Lynette und Fremini beide absichtlich verschwinden lassen.
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it. We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our side. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
Oh Gott.
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down.
Lenny, beruhig dich.
Don't be like this, Lenny. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child. That was our fault.
No,
Das war wirklich schon so
I'm the
schlimm.
leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team. I was the one who failed to protect them. I'll go talk to Wriothesley.
Hey, don't
Okay.
be reckless. Traveler, please talk some sense into him.
Ja, wirklich, aber
I
es klingt
simply
wahrscheinlich
cannot allow
nix.
Lynette to be abducted again. I have to go. I'll find a way to get them back.
Er liebt seine Geschwister zu sehr. Du kannst da gar nichts dagegen sagen. Gar nichts.
He's rushed out the door. After him.
Ah! Scheiße. Oh Gott.
Right. I feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so? Very well. Then please be mindful of the time.
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking.
Okay.
Someone, please help! She's sick!
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. As expected, they've already found this place.
Okay, Leute, hatte eine kurze Unterbrechung. Jetzt geht's sofort wieder weiter. Los
What a
geht's.
delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. I like the feeling of being trusted.
Okay.
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin. Being able to read
hell?
human expressions is quite the useful skill.
Ja.
Wait!
Lilly!
No use, we have to
Lilly, du
catch up to
Banane,
him.
komm zurück! Lilly, du Bananen!
He's
Bananentyp!
already out of sight. How is he so fast?
Ich habe heute
What's
eine
going on
neue,
at Wriothesley's office?
ich habe eine neue Beleidigung heute erfunden, nämlich der Hodenkobold. Und ich finde, das ist eine sehr, sehr schöne Beleidigung. Deswegen würde ich sagen, er ist ein Hodenkobold. Nein, er ist ein Kind. Er ist kein Hodenkobold. Aber ein Hodenkobold ist ein gutes Schimpfwort an dieser Stelle. Will ich ja nur angemerkt haben. Wriothesley. Nee, Wriothesley. Ryan Gosling?
Come out and face me, Wriothesley!
Wriothesley, okay.
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the fortress's indoor management regulations?
Ich finde, Rest eigentlich
What
ziemlich
did you do to
sympathisch
my
bis jetzt,
sister?
aber jetzt...
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Okay.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether.
Ja.
Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No, He's probably not looking to attack me right now. All of the hostages are in his hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk. That means Lynette is probably still alive.
Hoffen wir mal.
You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start, so you deliberately aroused the Traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette.
Kann gut sein.
As for Fremine, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go, so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
There was no need to do so. The fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas. It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
Okay.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you need hostages?
One correction.
Ruhiger?
Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
He's not. What do you really want?
Lily!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me.
Wo sind Lynette und Fremine?
Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea.
Okay.
Although, as per your original
Ich hoffe,
plan,
meint nicht das
Mr.
Urwasser
Fremine
damit.
should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind of custody. So where do you think he may be right now?
Wait, you can't mean... You locked him outside in the sea?
Bitte was?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Also ja.
Femine's a star diver, so he should be fine, right?
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating.
Es stimmt.
Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity. Well, you got your wish.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed. Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremine is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You know you need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea
Meint
with
der
me.
Alekino damit?
You want to see Father?
Ja, okay.
But why should she bother giving you an audience?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening. I've heard that the
I
bonds
guess.
between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family. I don't see why she would refuse.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Kann gut sein.
I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking...
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you to use us to blackmail her.
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Linney,
Keine Ahnung.
you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you...
Mach es einfach.
Winnie!
Warum musst du das tun?
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the
Das
Fatui
ist
has
wahr.
been actively
An dieser Stelle verstehe
infiltrating
ich
my
ihn zwar, muss
fortress.
ich ehrlich gesagt
I gave you a
zugeben.
warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Flammen left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6, 5,
Wait,
Okay.
2,
Erpressung, woo!
1.
Wir stehen auf Erpressung, wunderbar.
Time's up. It really is a shame, Mr. Linney.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon tea.
Ich finde es gut, dass er so ein breiter Typ ist. Und dann sagt er so, ich gehe eine Tasse Tee trinken. Warte, lässt sich dann nicht nochmal darüber reden?
Yeah, listen to the traveler. If you can't talk to Linny, can you at least talk to us?
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws.
Bitte wäre schon eine Frimine und Lynette.
Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found, I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
Scheiße, müssen wir das jetzt auswendig wissen? Kaum zu glauben, dass er nach den Geheimregeln fragt. Ich erinnere mich, dass man am 3. Tag, wenn man durchgehend arbeitet, mittags seltsames Fleisch in seiner Ration vorfinden wird. Zum Glück haben wir diese Angelegenheit sorgfältig untersucht. Schauen wir mal, welche Hinweise wir haben. Die Antwort soll ich darunter befinden. Okay. Solltest du gegen die Geheimregel des Produktionstracks verstoßen, wird in deiner Wohlfallmahlzeit seltsames Fleisch auftauchen. Wer wird es mit seinen eigenen Augen sehen, wenn du kontinuierlich arbeitest?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could Sigewinne be doing during that time?
Sie könnt uns sehen.
The Fanta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons would spend them on Fanta. We often see Miss Sigewinne observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It seems like she can perceive the general state of a person's health just by looking at them.
Spiele das als Spur? Das ist richtig. Unter welchem Stand taucht das seltsame Fleisch auf? Was ist das?
The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. Because of that, the Melusines have also developed a sense of aesthetics that appear rather strange and alien to humans.
Okay, was ist das?
Fanta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the product...
Okay, das war das und was ist
According
das?
to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fanta company sponsored it. The company must
Gute
want to return
Frage.
on the Fanta promoter has been struggling. We often see Miss Sigewinne observing the prisoners at work near their
Das
production.
hatten wir ja schon. Dann will ich das hier sagen. Okay. Warum sieht das seltsame Fleisch so aus? Das war das
Fanta's
da?
internal reports suggest that they're starting a new
Ja, ich würde sagen, das ja. Nein, okay. Welchem Stand taucht das seltsame Fleisch auf? Dann das hier? Ich muss halt jetzt probieren, weil das Problem ist, es ist mir ein bisschen unlogisch. Das seltsame Fleisch wegen... Nein, das hatten wir ja schon, das war falsch. Dann nehmen wir das da. Das richtig? Oh mein Gott, das war richtig. What the fuck? Wie, das war richtig? Ich hab geraten. Aber fett geraten.
So that's what's going on. Paimon understands it now. Who would have guessed? The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days in a row, and if they do, they'll get strange meat in their welfare meal. At first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared.
Die Brille,
But in
ja.
reality, they were all
Ich hab sie so vermisst.
prepared by Sigewinne, the head nurse. She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work. At first sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sigewinne visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks an extra dish for those who can use the stamina boost. Sigewinne has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does.
However, okay.
Unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetics is even more alien to us. The recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot taste the care within and usually just freak out. Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sigewinne's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well.
Cool.
It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged.
Das ist wahr.
Now for my next question.
Oh Gott.
There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight.
Keine Ahnung.
Why is that?
Stellen wir andere Fragen. Die Geheimregel der Pankrationsarena, ja, ich erinnere mich. Sollte man gleichzeitig Verlosungskarten der beiden gegeneinander antretenden Pankratisten kaufen, dann hätte man so darauf folgenden Morgen ein Paket mit einer seltsamen... Okay, hierzu haben wir auch eine Menge Ermittlungen angestellt. Versuchen wir also mal anhand der vorliegenden Welt die Wahrheit herauszufinden. Solltest du gegen die Geheimregel der Pankrationsarena verstoßen, wirst du ein Paket mit einer seltsamen, blutähnlichen Flüssigkeit erhalten. Okay, wir haben die gleichen Hinweise. Da könnt ihr schon mal das, würde ich sagen. Okay, warum sieht die seltsame blutrote Flüssigkeit so aus?
Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and...
Das? Warum erhalten für diejenigen das Paket das gleiche für... Was?
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it.
Okay. Wer hat das für
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty.
Nein, das könnte aber auch das sein, dass es der Fonta-Konzern war. Aber okay.
We often see Miss Sigewinne. The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. The research note said that the Melusine race perceives the world.
Aber die anderen drei passen halt nicht wirklich. Also würde ich doch das nehmen, weil das hat, was hat das? Ja, was hat das mit Sigewinne zu tun? Das hat ja gar nichts mit ihr zu tun eigentlich. Okay, aber es geht nicht weiter. Ups. Flieg.
Paimon gets this rule too now, so there really was nothing to be afraid of. That hidden rule of the Pancration Ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing a strange, blood-colored liquid.
Yep.
People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer. But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new Fonta trial product. A blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fonta's own staff were questioning the company's decision-making. The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale. They came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fonta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were...
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light.
Ich mag dieses Nachdenken.
Although,
bei
based on your description,
cool
that Fonta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company. Alright, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Was weiß ich? Hierzu haben wir bislang noch nicht genügend Beweise.
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing Lynette and Fremine never even crossed your mind!
Lenny!
You'll pay for this!
Cutscene!
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sigewinne. That was a fantastic shot.
It was nothing, Your Grace. Sigewinne? The Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional. As I...
Zwillinge.
Du steckst da auch mit drin?
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty. When Monsieur Nervulette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. I am merely discharging my duties. But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us?
Warum lernst du nicht von seiner Tugend?
But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, they would be in far more dire straits right now. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace?
My dear Sigewinne, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want. But let them go.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't
Okay.
be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now.
Und das wären?
I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigewinne, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You... What are you doing?
I believe I hear footsteps.
Da sind die beiden. Beim Knall öffnet sich die Tür und eine vertraute Gestalt erschien im Raum.
Some space, please.
Hi. Oh, ich mag sie.
Ah, Miss Clarand. My door.
Ist das Feminin auf dem Boden?
Flammen.
Ja.
Flammen.
Ich bin so
What's
unschlüssig,
going
was ich
on?
als Thumbnail nehmen
What's
soll,
Clarand
Alter.
doing here?
Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney.
Ich
The
weiß es gerade,
tranquilizing
das
effect
hält
will
nicht
begin
dahin,
to wear
aber
off
Florent
soon.
ist schon
Please
heiß.
take it easy in the meantime,
Nur mal
though.
so, um es anzumerken.
What happened to Flammen?
Doch ignorieren das
Wasn't he
einfach. Mann,
diving
geht
just
Panik.
outside of the
Einfach weg,
fortress?
ja? Einfach weg.
Why
Weg,
is he
weg, weg, weg.
looking like...
Die Symptome.
like this?
Handelt es sich dabei etwa um?
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed
Nein,
primordial
ich wusste es.
seawater.
Es war so klar.
What did you say?
Sag mir, dass wir Frauen...
Make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Fremini a more thorough checkup. Your Grace, I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll talk to Clarand while you get Flammen to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
Okay. Okay. Wir sind eigentlich am Schluss der Folge. Ich überlege gerade, ob ich noch einen Dialog dahinter knallen soll oder nicht. Ich würde sagen, wir reden noch mit den anderen und dann beenden wir die Folge. Fangen wir
What's
erst bei
that look
Ida
on
an.
your face? I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sigewinne may have been forced to shoot Mr. Linney again. How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly.
Okay.
I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time... Well, you can see how that boy's doing.
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
Ja.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want to drink some that badly, just say so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
Okay. Aber seht euch mal dieses Charakterdesign an, das war ehrlich, ne? Die sieht so gut aus. Ich weiß, ich hab gesagt, Gay Panic auf die Seite, aber schaut euch das an. Schaut euch diese Schuhe an. Schaut euch dieses Gesicht an, diese Haare. Einfach, alles ist so ästhetisch schön. What the hell? So, reden wir mit den Boys und Sigewinne. Linie runzelt angewidert die Stirn, als wolle er nicht, dass Sidrin Frimine anpasst, aber er tritt auch nicht vor, um einzuschreiten. Frimine muss anscheinend ernsthaft untersucht werden. Sidrin erzählt Frimine eine eingehende Untersuchung. Ihre Mimik wirkt nicht allzu ernst. Scheinbar hat sie gute Nachrichten. Hoffentlich wird Frimine wieder.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, his condition is not critical.
Okay.
Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now, and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit more.
Okay.
Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do only have a single clinic in the fortress, however.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress? How could that possibly happen?
Please, look after Mr. Flammen for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette back with me.
Where is she? How is she right now?
Tot.
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking up right around now. You might not believe me, but His Grace and I actually made some
Ich glaube,
snacks
sie wollen
and tea
nichts
for
Böses.
her.
Ich glaube, sie wollen einfach nur ihr Gefängnis beschützen. Ich glaube, um mehr geht's nicht. Denn das angespannte Miene entspannt sich leicht. Offensichtlich schenkt er Sidrins Worten. Keine Ahnung.
Linny, are you okay?
I'll be fine. They're all here now. Don't worry about me.
Are you sure? You don't look all right.
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but that's probably just the residual effects of the tranquilizer shot.
I'm back, everyone.
Lenny!
Oh Gott, hi Lynette.
Traveler!
Sind Sie
Paimon!
wieder da?
You're here too! Flammen? Is he...
He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
Okay. Sofort helfen Linny und Lynette Frimine auf und unterstützen ihn da. Warum geht das vorher so schnell? Egal. Frimine! Friminette? Frimine? Ich sag lieber Frimine tatsächlich. Gefällt mir besser.
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side. Lynette, together?
On it.
Together forever.
Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with us?
Gerne.
The Duke and Clarande are gone.
Yup.
They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Clarande will need a break, since she only just returned from rescuing Flammen out of the sea.
Clarande hat Frimine gerettet und zwar aus dem Meer. Was dort wohl vorgefallen ist. Frag ich mich auch. Gut, jetzt haben wir die Diskussion fertig. Das heißt, ich würde sagen, ich beende die Folge für heute hier und dann sehen wir uns hoffentlich in 2 Tagen wieder bei der nächsten Folge. Deswegen würde ich sagen, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüssikowski.